Hey everybody, it's Random Black Guy, and today I'm going to give you a very clear-cut way of how to find the TV that fits you. Now with this, I'm going to name 4 different points that you need to look at anytime you look for a television, whether you're looking at for your room, living room, any other small thing, anything you're trying to figure out, you need to look at these 4 points. I'm going to go over each point little by little, and so stay tuned. Now my first point I do want to make to you is the 3 different types of televisions you're going to be encountering when you go out and buy them. The first one, LCD. With an LCD television, they're the most uncommon that you'll see nowadays, and they're one of the TVs that is a little bit less efficient than the other two. However, their prices aren't that bad. If you are looking for a television to just kind of fit your budget the best, it's probably going to be an LCD. More likely, you'll find that these televisions pretty much at online and everything if you're going to be shopping online. But these televisions are not that expensive, and if you're looking for a smaller one, it might help you in that aspect. The next television that I want to talk about is an LED. LEDs are LCDs that are thinner with a backlit to help the colors pop out a little bit better. These are good. These are the ones that everybody pretty much advertises, and these are the ones I recommend the most buying. They're a little bit less hassle. They are thin. It takes pretty much one person to pick up a 50-inch by themselves, and they're just overall really good if you're going to be using it for gaming and stuff. However, these are the most expensive televisions. If you can afford to get them, that's my suggestion. If not, then I'd want to suggest the next television, which is a plasma television. Plasma televisions are televisions with a glass screen and a light bulb that helps project the picture onto this glass screen a lot more efficient. The colors on here seem to be the best when they're on a plasma television. Thing about plasmas though, even though they're thin, they are a lot heavier. They are a lot more fragile than the other two. If if you want to buy a TV like this, make sure you're going to have it for a stationary purpose. It's going to be on the wall, not moved, or it's going to be standing, not moved. These TVs tend to break a little bit easier, and because of this light bulb that comes with it, they tend to heat up the room a lot more. So these are more like the family TVs and stuff that you see. However, because of the how fragile these TVs are the cheapest of the 3. You can't get yourself a really big television at a really great price. This probably will fit into everybody's budget a lot more. But like I said, just be careful when you buy this television. The next point I want to talk about is pixels. Now this one's easy because every store on the planet is throwing this at you. But just so you understand, pixels are a little bit easier. 720, 1080p, 4K. Those are the ones you're going to be seeing everywhere. Those are ones that are going to be advertised, shown in your face, pretty much tattooed on your arm. Reason why this is important is because this represents the resolution of the television. The better this is, the better the resolution. If you're someone who does watching live television, or someone who does like playing video games or watching a movie, this is what is going to count. You really need this to be high. However, here's a warning I do want to get you. My recommendation is sticking with 1080p for now. 4K televisions are very expensive, and even ones that seem cheaper tend to sacrifice something in the television that makes it cheaper. So, and really, you don't want to just have one point excel all. You need this television to balance out. So my suggestion is keep it at 1080p. 720 is the basic, but if you can, push for a 1080p. You don't want to buy your next television and feel like you're already behind on it. Now this next point I'm going to make is probably the most important point I'm going to make out of all 4 of the ones I'm talking about. It is to refresh rate. The refresh rate is very important. It is basically the frames per second of anything that you watch. The higher this number is, the better the smoothness, the better the clearness of all the motion that's going on right now. Case in point, if you are trying to buy a television because you love sports, this is what you need to pay attention to. And more important than anything, this is again one of the biggest things that Plasmas has over a lot of televisions. The higher this refresh rate, the better that you're going to be seeing grass, not the color green. The better you're going to be seeing the ball move in high speeds instead of just blurring out in the background of the cloud. The better that you're going to see every hit. Without the refresh rate, a lot of this gets blurred no matter how high the resolution of a television is. My suggestion, find a television that's 120, especially if you're going anything over a 46 inch. You do need to have minimum 120 or else it's going to look bad no matter how big the resolution is. It needs to be 120. If you're getting a small television, it doesn't matter much because you can't tell the difference. Your eye just can't tell the difference if you're going to get a 32 inch and get something that has a really high refresh rate because the picture can already handle it without any additional help. The high point, if you're really looking to excel and you do have the money, a 240. Anything with a native 240 or anything with a high upscale 240. Those always tend to look good no matter how your pixel rate is. But combined with the 1080p and a good 120 Hz, you can get any big television that's around a 60 inch and it will look really good. Now the last point is the point that everybody looks over. A lot of people don't see this. I'm here to point it out for you. It is the contrast ratio of a television. At its basic definition, it is how bright a television can get and how very dark a television can get. Basically, the stretch volume. The more it stretch out, the better you can actually have a better contrast ratio when it comes to the different brightness of it. Now, a lot of people look at televisions and they base their decision on the brightness of it without looking at the other three, but really any television can go very bright and very dark. That's something you can set by yourself. You never take the television out of box and think it's going to be perfect. However, with this one, a lot of people don't really notice it, or a lot of people don't look for it. So I'm going to tell you what you should look for when you look at contrast ratio. Anything that's within a few 100,000 to 1 ratio is good. A lot of bigger television that seem like a good price tend to be in the low thousands, and it tend to really just look dark. Even though it looks fine, the television tend to look dark, and a lot of the resolution and stuff gets lost because it can't be represented because the television, it doesn't have that sweet point to show like the different color blacks or the different shades and one's clothing. Now, the last point I do want to mention about this is that this one's also pretty hard to find on the box. Sometimes you do need to ask someone to show it to you, or if you're looking online, it's a little bit better. But this one's a little bit hardest to find, but you can also look in the settings to see if you could determine it by yourself. Or just change the television and see how it looks when you actually go have the contrast go up and down. And if you like the different points, that's all you need to worry about. This one is the least known, but it's the hidden one out of all four. And I do want to mention it so that way you can look for this and you do know about it instead of mistaking it for one of the other three. Now the little thing I do want to hit you on, I'm glad you stayed around for all 4 points, but this is what I need you to pay attention to me to. Is the stuff that you don't need to be looking at when you buy a television. First point, brands. Brands are very distracting. Don't buy a television because you know the brand is good. Good brands can make bad televisions, and brands that you never heard of can make some really excellent televisions. Don't look at televisions for the brand. Look at it for the 4 points that I just mentioned. Everything else, don't bother with them. The last point, sound. Sound, it's really ridiculous to say that you bought a television for sound. No television sound can outbeat a surround sound system, or a sound bar for that matter. You can buy yourself a $50 sound bar and it'll be immensely better than saying, well, the TV sound is just as fine. Especially if this is your main television, you're going to want to buy something extra. And with all the money that hopefully you'll save by all the points that we got mentioned, you'll have enough to splurge on getting yourself a good sound system. You can easily get a 5-speaker sound system for $150, just if you want the Blu-ray player with it, or with one with a setup. These are not really all that big of a deal. But sound is just not a thing that you should be worried about, especially if you're looking at a store display, because you have to mention or understand that some of these store displays have been up there for a while and you're not the only one looking at and touching them. So the sound could have been distorted just by people messing around with it too much. So don't take sound into consideration. Everybody, thank you so much for watching this video today. I really does hope this helps you buy the TV that fits you. And I really appreciate if you like, rate, comment, subscribe to this channel. and to this video. If you have any other suggestions on other videos that you do want to see like this, please put them in the comments. But also comment on this video too if there's anything that you wish I would have gone more in depth about, or anything else that's on your mind. Please put it in the comments. I'll be sure to read it. But thank you again for watching this video, and hope to see you next time.